Islamic community is also weighing on the news of Osama bin Laden's
We want to
death.
bring in Moein Khawaja. Sorry, stepped on you there, Mike. He's from the Council on American Islamic Relations with us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So where were you when you heard?
I was a freshman in college. I know I look a lot older. But
no, it's about last night.
Last night. Okay. See, the whole
fast forward. I know. Where were you? It's going to be where were you on 9/11, and then where were you when you found out Osama bin Laden was killed?
The last 10 years have been just one huge ride for all of us.
Sure.
I was last night trying to go to bed early. My wife was like, "Hey, you've got to get up," and I was on Twitter all night.
Oh yeah.
So I'm on a lot of coffee right now. But my gosh.
So what were you feeling when you heard the news?
Well, geez, you know, nothing can take away the pain from that day. But what a win! It's been a long time. I was thinking, just as an American, you know, we might not even find him.
I agree.
That's what a lot of us were thinking. We just thought that, okay, he might just die a natural death.
And the wound would just fester on.
Now, we'll tell you, all of our guests this morning have kind of brought a different point of perspective. So with you, I'm interested in hearing from you. You remember the tension that some Muslim Americans had to encounter and felt after 9/11. How is it for you now? If you had to do, let's say, 1 to 10, 10 being right after 9/11, you know, the tension that existed, and then to now, where would you say we are?
It's an emotional time. I don't know if I can just quantify it, but 9/11 stabbed Muslim Americans in the heart twice, right? Once because our country, our home, our United States was attacked in such a bad way, but our faith, the way we worship everything, was associated with this nastiness. Yeah. So now it kind of feels like a double win. I mean, we're really sick and tired. We heard the Lion of Islam and all that junk.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting tired of that, and this is a way to kind of just shed that and have that. You know, at one point, Osama bin Laden was the most recognized Muslim in the world, and it was such a shameful, disgusting thing. We want to just kind of shed that and get rid of it.
You don't even call him a Muslim anymore, do you?
No, I mean...
he hasn't been for 20 years.
The White House released a statement that he was buried according to Islamic practices. I mean, who cares?
See, that's such a challenge.
We really don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's to satisfy... Don't you think a lot of people would be careful how you... Follow our customs.
Right, but... To even the vast majority of Muslims, he was and just is a terrorist, not a Muslim leader or anything like that. So I thought he was going to get bombed and get blown to bits. I wasn't really worried about a burial, you know. So just associating Islam with him, and it's time for us to have some positive.
So tell me this: the president, in his address, he made it clear again, and they have to. And President Bush did the same thing. Made it clear that the U.S. is not fighting Islam. That bin Laden, you know, is, like you said, not a Muslim leader. How important is it that he continues to stress that, especially in the light of the fact that we had Commissioner Charles Ramsey here, who was saying today, hourly, they're going to be checking mosques and synagogues, and you know, all over the country.
That's a very important point. I mean, the biggest victims of Al-Qaeda worldwide have actually been Muslims. So the worldwide Muslim community is feeling this as a win, too.
More Muslims have died.
Exactly.
Than anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't know. We see that in Pakistan, I don't know if you can speak to this or not, that there's no jubilation. The quote was, and the headline was, "Stunned silence by the people in Pakistan." Should we have gone into Pakistan to do this?
Yeah, you know, there's always room for a debate about what's right, but you know, at the end of the day, you have to take care of business. I think our commander-in-chief did that, and I think everyone would ask.
Yeah, apparently I heard yesterday he's in that compound. Bin Laden's in there. We got a shot. He goes, and do it. Make an instant decision.
Right, and he said he'd do that starting from 2006 when he was running for president. He said, if I know where Bin Laden is, I'm taking him out. And,
even in Pakistan.
And we applaud him for that.
What do you think the backlash will be for us going in there? Musharraf, the former president, says it's somewhat of an injustice because it's against their sovereignty. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, it's sure we
didn't get permission.
Sort of invaded their airspace or whatever, but I mean, he was sitting there in a compound 20 miles from the capital city. You don't have much sovereignty if you don't know Bin Laden is 20 miles away from your capital. So I'm thinking as an American, just take care of business. You know.
Thanks
for coming in
very
this
much.
Morning.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Real quick.